Yo, what's going on, guys? Back for this Friday slate. We have a full 14-game slate for tonight, so let's get right into it. It's a pretty nice slate today. As always, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Pitching-wise, we do have a lot of options. At the top, there's a lot of good options if you want to pay up, but I like two options right in the mid-range that I think are in great spots today and pretty underpriced. Starting with Chris Archer making his debut for the Pirates. So he's going up against this Cardinals team that is filled with righties. Not many lefties on the Cardinals. Only notable lefty is Matt Carpenter, but besides him, a ton of righties. Archer has been very good against righties throughout his career. He's pitching at home in PNC, which is a good ballpark for pitching. Also, he's pitching in front of the home crowd, so you know he's going to want to impress. He does have a lot of strikeout stuff, and for some reason, the Cardinals strike out a lot more on the road. On the road, they have the 7th highest K rate at 9.3, so they do strike out a lot more on the road. And so I like Archer a lot. He does have good strikeout stuff. Second pitcher I like is Vince Velasquez. So Vince Velasquez is just like Nick Pivetta in that both are dominant versus righties. Both struggle a lot versus lefties. It worked out for Pivetta yesterday. The Marlins do have a ton of righties in the lineup, and Velasquez has been very, very good to righties this year. So I like him a lot. Coming off a tough matchup against the Reds, which are filled with lefties. So it didn't shock me that he didn't have a good game, but I think he'll get back on track today facing a righty-heavy team. And he was pitching very well before the last start. And he did pitch well against the Marlins, holding them to just one run over 6 innings with 6 Ks for 24.5 DraftKings points. So at 8,000, a bit underpriced here. I like Velasquez's upside a lot tonight. First base, let's start off with Jake Bauers at 4,400. Now, Bauers is the real deal. He has just been amazing for the Rays so far that he's played. A lot of power with him, and I like him a lot because Giolito throws the fastball about 50% of the time, which is a very high number, and Bauers absolutely crushes the fastball. Bauers has a 263 ISO overall against right-handed pitching, so much power, but against the fastball specifically, he has a 411 ISO this season, and Giolito, as I mentioned, throws the fastball half the time, so he should get a lot of fastballs, and if he does, I feel like he has a good shot to put one into the bleachers, so I love Bauers a lot at 4,400. Second base, I like Daniel Murphy at 4,300. So Murphy's starting to get going lately after he got off to a tough start, even though he was injured for part of the season, but last 10, he's really looked like the Daniel Murphy of old, hitting 364, 3 home runs over that span. I love a national stack today. Descalfini, as I mentioned in one of the other videos, he has been absolutely crushed by left-handed hitters. The Nats are filled with lefties. This is a perfect recipe for the Nats bats to explode tonight. Descalfini has given up a 660 slugging percentage to lefties, which is unbelievable. And playing in Washington, which is a good park for power, and the national bats are finally starting to get going after they were silent for much of the season. So I like a national stack a lot. All the lefties are in play for me. And Murphy at first base and second base, dual eligibility. I like him a lot today. Into the outfield, let's start off with Bryce Harper at 5,300. So Harper is my spend up today. He's been very, very hot in his last couple games. 6 hits over his last 3. A ton of extra base hits, which is always great to see. He hits the ball better at home like a lot of the Nats hitters do, which I like that. Facing a very bad righty that gives up a ton of power. Bryce Harper is known for hitting long home runs. I feel like this is another spot where you can go yard. He has a 273 ISO versus righties this year, which is absolutely incredible. So I like Harper a lot today. And then last but not least, I like Nick Castellanos, 4,100 against a lefty. If he was against a righty, I would understand the price, but 4,100 for Castellanos against a lefty is underpriced. He has been mashing lefties ever since he's come into the league. This year, his numbers are insane. 398 batting average, 650 slugging percentage versus lefties. Brett Anderson does not strike anybody out, so I'm not worried about Castellanos striking out tonight. If he does hit one, I feel like it will hit one a long way. This park is big, but I feel Castellanos definitely has the power to hit one out of the park, especially against a lefty. So I like Castellanos a lot at just 4,100. Those are the 6 plays. I feel good about them. Please be sure to drop a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and good luck today.